Welcome to the Broadway Theatre. What movie would you like to see tonight?
Hi, I'm Dave Flegel, and welcome to the Broadway Theatre again. We're here today to talk a little bit about digital and why do we have to go to different digital equipment. And of course, you may or may not have heard Hollywood wants to convert to digital across the nation, and they've already converted 90% of the screens in our nation, with 80% or more of the facilities themselves converted. It is a threat or a fear that film will end at any time. You've been great. Our customers have been awesome. Our business here, the theater, has grown, doubled the ticket sales in the 3 years that we've taken over, and it's been very successful and continues to be very successful, and I have no doubt that it will be successful in the future. The problem is Hollywood may end film before we are able to offer digital, and that's where we need your help right now. We're looking to raise enough funds to add some digital projection equipment to the theater and continue our offerings of film, whether it be movies that are on digital only, and that includes a lot of independent films, Oscar nominees, some of course from Paramount, the largest studio, and we may not get another year or 2 years to continue to build this business and be strong enough to take on the conversion ourselves.
Coming to a theater for experiencing watching something is, you'll never get that experience at home. I mean, even with all the technologies they have today with theater surrounds and 50-inch plasmas or whatever it might be, you still don't get that grandiose, screen and the sound, and there's just something about the atmosphere of a theater.
There's a huge difference between seeing a movie in the theater and watching a movie at home. And that's what it is. You're seeing a movie in the theater. You're not seeing the movie at home. You're watching a movie at home if it's on a DVD or whatnot. You come to a theater for that whole experience. You're going to get your popcorn, you're going to get your soda, you're going to get some candy, Skittles, Junior Mints, whatever else, Juju Beans.
Well, there's nothing like a movie on a big giant screen, and the sound is just fantastic nowadays.
We'd see like 2 westerns, 10 cartoons, and a newsreel and all that, and we're just full of all this magic, and go home and tell mom and dad about it over and over and over again.
I think the experience of coming to a movie is always going to be the same, especially when you're with a friend or family.
You know, one of my favorite things to do is to go to the movies, and there's just something about being in a dark room with popcorn and the big screen that you can't, no matter how nice your home, system is, it just can't compare.
Just interact with people and just see what their take is on it. Whereas if you're home, you're home.
Get the popcorn, get the pop, get the, I've been wanting to see this movie kind of feeling.
As someone who loves movies, it was great to grow up in a town with a movie theater.
And then as I became a parent, 2001 hit the screens, and that was such a momentous shift from the old Captain Video days, and that when they had cardboard spaceships and that.
You get the whole experience. You're surrounded by other people who are laughing, who are crying, who are giggling, who are making a little too much noise, but they are all there to see the movie, and you're part of that entire experience.
Like on the really cold days, like in the winter, on a rainy day in the summer, you get to come to the movie theater with nice, good popcorn and nice cold soda and lots of good candy.
Just to see westerns and the good guys get the bad guys and all these things. It was just, as we said many times, magic.
It's good to have this in the community for the young kids, because growing up without a theater is pretty tough.
Most of my favorite movies, I've seen them here, like Raiders of the Lost Ark, the first Star Wars trilogies.
Like the Nut Job and like the Lego Movie and like the Avengers and like all the superheroes that are in.
A movie that I really kind of liked, the best was Jaws. I ran that when I was a little kid 32 times.
I saw Jaws in the theater when I was 5 years old. Not something that you want to take your kid to go see, and my mom hasn't forgiven my father for that yet, but it is definitely an experience that I will not soon forget or never forget. I do like the movie, and I still swim in the ocean.
It almost always seems like seeing a bad movie in the theater is more fun than watching a really good movie at home.
I think the essence, though, of what a movie means to people, I don't think that'll ever change.
As a facility, our quote for the 5 screens here in Medford is $180,000 to convert the entire facility. Do we have to convert the entire facility? Not at this time. And that's why we're not asking for the whole entire $180,000. If we can put 1 or 2 projectors into place, that will really shore up our offerings and protect the theater from the moment when Hollywood decides to end filming.
The more that you can bring people into town and for activities and entertainment, people spend money, which also helps create a tax base here. The busier Dave is, the more people he needs to employ here. It's important to a smaller community to have this here.
It not only brings people out to the movies, it also brings people out to the gas stations. They go to grocery stores. They have a lot to do with keeping not only the theaters going, but the community businesses also, besides the theaters.
Because if someone's coming from out of town, if they're chances are they're going to come for a movie, they're going to get something to eat before and after, or pick up some groceries.
It's a value to every aspect of this town, and every business can appreciate having this theater here.
Having the theater in town, kind of feeds other businesses.
They're just like a bloodline that keeps everything going.
So that's why we're here now with Kickstarter.com and your help to pledge us to our goal to try and keep the movie memories coming here in Medford for not only people of Medford, families who come to visit for the holidays, whether it be Thanksgiving or Christmas, or any time for whatever occasion that they happen to be in town visiting family and they want someplace to go and do for fun as a family, but also for our surrounding communities of Medford.
It gives the community more culture, things to do, a comedy show.
Things like some NASA things, the Curiosity landing on Mars. We're here, it's like 1 in the morning, we're still waiting for it, and then it comes down and Dave's still here taking care of us.
If you live in Medford, if you want to see a comedian, you have to drive to Wausau, you have to drive to Eau Claire or Milwaukee.
We did another one on the Transit of Venus, a slower thing, but still a lot of people on the screen talking about this. Where could you do that in a large city even?
It's a treasure to this community, and it's an asset to this community. If this community was without a theater, we're looking at a 40-minute drive to find a movie.
In summer, you could actually walk from our place or your place to the movie theater. Now, how many places would you have that these days?
You can come home from work and just decide to go to the movie on your drive home from work. That it's not you don't have to drive an hour. It's not something you have to plan.
I live within walking distance of the theater, and in the summertime I really love to come up here and just catch a movie any time of the day.
Yes, it's a place where action turns into ideas and concepts and more questions, and that all ferments here and gets out in the community. And it's a small town, so then people start talking about, hey, did you see that? Yes, I saw it, and here's what I think.
Going to the movies is one of the narrowing opportunities that you can experience something with other people at the same time.
If it rains, hey, go to the theater. If it doesn't rain, go to the theater. If it's cold outside, go see a movie. If it's warm outside, go see a movie.
When the lights come up, you realize, someone you know from church or from work or is in the same theater, and you talk a little bit about what you thought of it or what you liked or didn't like, and that's kind of fun. That's a bonus.
And Dave has done such a wonderful job with it. This is probably the warmest theater you'll ever come to in the wintertime. It's toasty warm in the winter, and it's nice and cool in the summer. So
Dave and his family always are interested in looking and thinking outside the box on what they can do next, how they can bring something else to town. It's not just a movie theater, it's more of a community center where they can bring comedians, where they can bring independent films, things like that, Oscar winners that you probably would have to wait to go see somewhere else.
You go to get popcorn, there's a member of the Flegel family or two there, and if somebody cleaning up afterwards, and somebody upstairs taking care of this. So you see the whole family involved in something and smiling, being happy about it.
I can honestly say that the Flegel family is by far the most service-oriented, friendly staff. You got Alex at the front desk, and and Deb and everybody else in the family that's just really, truly interested in making your experience at the theater something special. And movies are something special, so you should have the experience to go with that.
I grew up in Medford, and I've been seeing movies here since I was a kid. And Dave and the Flegel family are by far the best owners in terms of it being a pleasant experience from start to finish. In terms of having some savvy about the movie industry, that we're getting new movies the day they open, not a month later. And it's actually nice to have an owner that's looking to replace and go to state-of-the-art technology instead of just trying to get by. It seemed like when I was in high school that it was the exception rather than the rule, where the film didn't break or the film didn't melt or there wasn't sound or picture problems.
Movies are magic, and having access to that sort of magic in your own town really makes it special for not just me, but for everybody, every family, all the kids growing up with movies. I think it's something that really would be missed if this wasn't around for the next generation. So please, anything you can do it.
I think having a theater like the Medford Theater here, it helps give a sense of community. This is a gathering place for people on a Friday night, Saturday night, whatever night. It's a major asset to this community, and it would be a shame to ever lose it.
So the campaign is 60 days, and we hope you can pledge what you can to help support the cause and keep the movie memories coming here for the Broadway Theatre and our customers. What we are about is serving the customers' needs, and we hope you've appreciated it so far, or you get a chance to appreciate it in the near future, and then it's here for generations to appreciate. And we will be the stewards and make sure that that happens if we can get your help to keep the movies coming to the Broadway Theatre.